how we starting today, Roberto. I ain't starting with just you. I'm starting with this today. So y'all know dedication. All right, Roberto, you got it.
Yeah, it's cold. I assume you're up on the big news around the world.
Yeah, I'm most of them.
Do you remember where you were when Lane Kiffin decided that he was going to LSU?
No, I was in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And what city were we in?
Sacramento, maybe?
Yeah, we were in Sac.
Yeah.
And hell no, I don't remember where I was.
No,
I
you
don't give
remember
a
where you
damn
were?
about Lane Kiffin.
What are you talking about? He's going to LSU. He's leaving Ole Miss in the middle of the playoffs.
To hell with LSU.
And then he wanted to coach the team in the playoffs, and they're not letting him coach the team in the playoffs.
Everybody's acting like this is, if this was someone who hadn't jumped ship and done this in the past, then it could be a story. Remember, this is what he has done in the past. And then, to me, to make yourself feel better or make it seem better to everyone else, I tell you, like, yeah, I wanted to coach the guys also. Don't coach the guys, bro. Then the AD's like, well, no, we don't want you here anymore. Like, it just became a soap opera at that point. And so, this is what he kind of, that's the type of news things that travel along with him. So I would not, if it would have gone any other way, if it would have just been something that was undercover, or he coached Ole Miss, and then after he coached them, he said, good job, fellas, I'm going to take another job. That just seems too much like right.
Normal.
Too much like right.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't it be this drawn out, eccentric thing that we got to run over to the airport real quick and get a quick interview before he takes off on the tarmac. We outside of the gates of trying to get a quick interview with Lane Kiffin because he called me. So I had to drive through the forest. I couldn't even drive on the streets to get to him. All right, so listen, the whole drama of it all was exactly how he likes it to be.
Yeah, perfect. Welcome to Night Court. We're outside.
I don't know much about the world.
Yeah, I understand. We're outside today. I don't know why. I don't know.
This is the Jersey in me, man. It's the Jersey in me.
Man, I mean, it's too cold to golf in, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't golf in this.
Okay.
But I can come outside in some gloves and my hoodie.
Yeah.
You got on an extra jacket. You didn't need
I got a little jacket.
I'm okay with this.
Okay. Hey, it's fun to win, huh?
Man, it's so nice to win. We got a different mood now than maybe a week to 10 days ago.
Yeah, 3 wins on a 4-game road trip, and all, fourth quarter comebacks too, which was fun because we were talking about without Ja on the floor, you're going to have to figure out fourth quarter execution, and the Grizzlies executed for the most part in the fourth quarter of the first 3 games.
Yes, I thought they did a good job of being able to accentuate their positives and start to negate some of the negatives. And in the fourth quarters, a lot of it we had talked and harped on. The offense wasn't there, and rightfully so, because we were having team fourth quarters.
Right.
So you got to talk about it. But the other thing you can talk about what they've done in the fourth quarters is defensively, they've been better. So offensively, you've gotten better, and then defensively, you brought down the other your opponent's stats in the fourth quarters, which is giving them opportunities to win. And so, yeah, they just need a positive feel. And I went back and I was thinking, remember in game 1, we do a night's knowledge in game 1. And I usually like to come up with a word for the season. And I went back and I had to have someone remind me of this. It's like the word you used was patience. And it was like, well, and then we start off the season and everybody was frantic.
Yep.
They said you said we're supposed to be patient because of all of the factors that we had.
All the ifs.
Because of the ifs. And so you got the growing pains happen. But just as a unit, I give the coaching staff a lot of credit, give the players a lot of credit, because despite all of the outside noise, and there was a lot, they figured out how to stay together and find a way to win games.
Yeah, and it was good to see. Now, well, let's talk about the trip first. Zach Edey, my goodness, a monster on this road trip.
I mean, we're seeing why he dominated college basketball in some ways. And just to let you know, this isn't the finished product. It's not like we're at this point saying, yeah, God, dog, we still just scratching the surface with the young fella on what, and not just him, but also the team and players' mentality that you have a big man that you can use, because the game today that mentality was gone. We used to talk so much about how much guys don't look that way. Like the ball would get passed around before, and you just never even envision looking at someone being there.
Yeah.
Well, now we got somebody that's there.
I was talking to Mark Jones the other night. He does the Sacramento games on television for them, and he came up to me and he's like, why didn't people like Zach Edey coming in? I mean, he's like, what kills me? He's athletic. He looks good around the basket on both ends of the floor. He's like, I don't understand why there was all this negative talk about him when he came into the league, and I told him, as far as the athleticism thing's concerned, I told him he reminds me a lot of Yao Ming as far as the body type, because Yao Ming was the first guy that I've ever seen that was 7'5", who looked proportionate. Mm-hmm. And I think Zach Edey looked proportionate. You know, a lot of times when you see guys that are 7'5", they look awkward. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look awkward. I mean, he's got a proportionate body. Right. And I think that's a big deal. And with Yao, obviously, it was injuries were the biggest problem in his career. And with the size of a body like that you were always concerned about that. But I think that's what strikes me about Zach Edey, is he reminds me of that because he's got the proportionate body.
Right. And then that's where the similarities stop for me. Because Yao was never as athletic as Zach is at this point and what he's going to continue to be. Mm-hmm. That will be the major difference between the two as his career moves forward. Now, I'm not going to say will he be better than, because Yao was exceptionally talented. Like the size, you talk about size, but the talent that was within that size was amazing. Yeah. And so Zach will continue, his talent will continue to get better and better, and his skill set will get better. But in terms of the proportions, I agree 100%. The difference this year is that you're even saying the word athletic and Zach Edey in the same sentence. Right. You were not saying that last year. And a big reason, I talked to him, we were on the elevator in Sac, the big reason was he said his ankles were killing him last year. And to be able to get the surgery done and to feel healthy, like another person, Vince Williams Jr., when you feel healthy, you can go out and be your best self. When you are out there playing around something, then you're not feeling good when you're out there playing. You're playing and you're better than 90% of the other people playing basketball, right, because that's how good you are. You can still go out there and play around, but you can't play around it and be at the top like the others that are at the top and feeling good.
You mentioned Vince Williams Jr. He's been terrific filling in at the point guard position. We've seen a couple of huge assist games. We saw a big rebound game. We've seen a scoring game from Vince. He's doing a little bit of everything, and I think doing a heck of a job in the role that he's trying to fill.
Vince said to me in last night's game that he's like, I told him, stop breaking my records. Every time you're out here, you get 15, you tie me. Then you come to the next game, you get 17, you surpass me. Just stop doing that. He was like, I don't mean to do that, OG, but I got to be more consistent. And I was like, don't fool yourself. Like, don't think because in the game before you didn't make any shots, that doesn't mean you're being inconsistent. That doesn't mean you had an off night shooting. The consistency with his game is that he still helps us win because the other areas of what he does, the assists, the rebounds, the defense, just the presence to be able to see over the top and make plays to other people. Like there's so many other positive influences that he does that it doesn't have to just be one category anymore. And so I appreciate how he has continued to try to work in a role and a position that doesn't come natural to him, but he has taken it and he's done a good job of manning it to the best of his ability.
Would you say Cam Spencer is taking Luke Kennard's role?
To another level.
Yeah.
Well, because he's
aggressive shooting.
He's he's just an aggressive he's just a different type basketball player. With Luke Kennard, it was, if you just want to say flat out shooting, you say that's what he did. He flat out shooting. We just didn't get him to shoot it. We couldn't get him to shoot it enough. Right. But then we saw the playmaking when we were down bodies, and he had to do more. To his credit, he did more. I'm not going to slight it at all. It's just this is a different mindset that we see with Cam Spencer, and I think the mindset is what sets them apart. And so he's been a revelation. As good as anyone played on his road trip, it was him also. Mm-hmm. With his point and needed points from him from off of the bench. And so it was Cam's one of those dudes that it's like, just give me a chance. Everybody's going to look out there and be like, oh, let's pick on him.
Yeah.
And then once the game goes, it's like, God damn, can somebody stop him?
Yeah. Is Jaren still trying to figure things out?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the biggest puzzle piece for this team is getting John Jaren to be the John Jaren that we've seen, and within this style of play that they're doing. And so I think he's still figuring it out because we've seen the flashes of it. We've seen maybe not playing well and then go big double figures in the fourth quarter on this road trip. We've seen the consistency throughout. We've seen nights when he hadn't shot it well, but the aggressiveness to get the rebounds. And so I think for him it is, while I'm still figuring it out, I got to do some other things. The assist numbers have been up with the traps coming and finding Zach Edey. That high-low has gotten better. And so I like to try to focus on what some of the positives that have been there, because I don't believe that the individual offensive games for both of those players have just deteriorated.
Right.
I think it's just a matter of figuring out how to do it within this system, because it's an equal opportunity offense, is what we're seeing. The ball's going to move, everybody's going to touch it. But I think they all understand that when we get to the fourth quarter, you need for one of those two guys to elevate themselves for them to win. And then we're talking about when they're both playing, of course, or even when one is playing, because that is the difference in what we've seen with the Spurs team that the Grizzlies just played. 3.5 quarters, these teams are going neck and neck. And then in the last 6 minutes, I always say, in the last 6 minutes of NBA games becomes the best players take over the games. It's just what the game is. That's how it happens. And we saw De'Aaron Fox in those 2 games do just that. We've seen others do in those last 6 minutes.
Donovan Mitchell. We can go down the list.
The list of names of people that because
games that you were in that those guys
that's just
took
the
over.
NBA. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. And so they'll need for him to figure out how in those moments we get you to be at your best. And that being at your best means, yes, scoring, yes, getting to the free throw line, but it may be getting somebody else an easier shot. That's what star guys make the job of role guys easier in winning time. Mm-hmm. During the body of the game, we just move. The game is just a game. When it now becomes, that's just the rhythm of the NBA. That's how it's set up.
Won 3 games against teams under 500. The one loss was against a team over 500. I think you're 1-11 now against teams over 500. What do you take from that stat?
I take that this is really no different than the formula we used last year. We did not have a great record. I'll have to go back and see against winning teams last year. But absolutely.
Especially after the All-Star break.
Oh, yeah. All-Star break was a whole nother team. But absolutely feasted on the under 500 teams. So until this team can be a better team overall, to where the team is whole and you're playing at your best, then you got to keep winning the games that you can win.
Yeah.
And, we sit in the back and talk, and I feel like this team right now is the best of the rest. There are the top six or so teams in the Western Conference, 7, whatever you want to say. And then there's the next group. This team right now, I think, is the better team of this next group of teams. Mm-hmm. Now you need to get some people healthy so that you can start to inch your way and start to compete a little bit better with these winning teams. But you think last night, you took the Spurs down to the end. It took magnificent performance from Harrison Barnes throughout the game to 31 points. We said, man, he threw back. It looked like he turned back the clock to high school, not even to the North Carolina days. He looked like he was back in high school with the way he was moving and playing and the tight man. And so you give them credit, but we say against good teams, usually the difference between good teams and mediocre teams, we'll say, is you have a guy that finishes, you win games at those moments.
At win time.
Win time.
Yeah. Since we spoke last, you called Klay Thompson a fake tough guy.
I think that's what people say I said on TV.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that exact words.
Some people,
but it was described that way. Yeah.
Folks did not like that.
And Golden State people didn't like it, even though he's not even there anymore. People didn't like it. Grizzlies announcer, you were called.
That's who I am?
Calls Klay Thompson fake tough guy.
See, this is where I get all of my what was said. So for all those people that out there that think that we're about to get on them, I'm about to say all this stuff, I'd never see it.
No, but I tell them about it. I'm like, oh, this guy said this about you. So that brings us to our top 5 fake tough guys.
Okay.
Top 5
who you
fake
got on the
tough
list?
guys. All right, I have Klay Thompson on the list.
Of course you do. Your love for him is just immense.
Yeah, he's at the top of the list. Karl Anthony Towns, fake tough guy.
I hate to say about my Jersey guy. It's just not in his nature.
Oh no, and he's got that whiny voice too. That's just, you can't be tough with that voice. Rudy Gobert, fake tough guy.
Really like picking on the small dudes too.
Jordan Clarkson. I've never seen a guy
Square up.
more in my life that's never thrown a punch.
He be ready though. But I'm saying, listen. Some of these people you try to think like, well, when you like out on the street, what would you do? I think the one though out on the street that would, if he had to, Jordan Clarkson would square up.
He'd go.
I mean, I don't know what.
You don't know if he'd go, but he'd square up.
He'd be ready though.
Oh, absolutely.
I say he got the ready stance. Because that's the thing. But the thing that told me, at least that lets me know you've been in a fight. The people that ain't been in fights are the ones like, what you gonna do? Yeah. You don't never stick your chin out and you about to fight. Like, huh? I ain't never seen nobody, if me and you about to fight, or remember we was young, used to be like this. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? But look, at least your hand to the side. Like, you can't hit me when I'm like this.
Right.
So what? Right. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yeah, nothing.
But the dudes that's like this, what you gonna do? Come on, bro. Wow, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson ready. So Jordan Clarkson been in some fights when he was younger.
Yeah. I also have George Niang on the list.
No, I like that one.
Wow.
He is a loudmouth talking, non-playing punk.
He is he gets to yip yapping a lot.
So those are my 5 fake tough guys that I came up with.
I like the Jordan.
Congratulations to Klay for making the list. Did you see Mark Davis give the Jazz ball boy a technical? Gave the Jazz a technical?
I saw that.
He gave the Jazz a technical because the ball boy was wiping up the floor and it took too long. So he gave the Jazz a technical
delay a game
in a tight game.
Yes.
Down the stretch of the game.
Yes.
Mark Davis is ridiculous. Referee Mark Davis. I think he's lazy. I don't think he's very good. I think he looks for things to call that just aren't. He's the guy that in the middle of a game that's flowing very nicely will call, carried. What? What do you mean? Palming. He palmed it. What does that even mean, Mark Davis? One time I was doing my first hit, and the first hit that I do on the broadcast, I'm standing on the floor under the basket.
This is Rob Fisher's rant all by itself, Mark Davis.
Yeah. So I'm sitting on the floor doing my first hit, and the camera comes on me, and I'm talking, and all of a sudden I start hearing, "Get off the floor! Get off the floor!" And I'm like, what the hell's happening? Somebody's screaming at me to get off the floor. So I start, I'm reading, the camera goes off me, so I start walking off the floor, and I look up, and it's Dave Yeager, who was the coach of the Grizzlies at the time, and he's going, "Get off the floor!" And I'm like, what the hell? So I go walking by the bench, and Dave turns around and he winks at me, and I'm like, what's happening? So the next time out, Yeager comes over and goes, "I didn't want to get a delay of game from Mark."
So it's a known thing.
Yes, because the previous 2 games, the Grizzlies got a delay a game before the game started because Mark Davis calls delay of games before games start.
I think that was
ridiculous.
That was when they had the basketball routine.
Yes.
When Jaren would go down and
Throw
Vivian would throw it in, and he would throw it to Ja. Ja would do his thing. Everybody would touch it.
Delay game.
Every game I would sit there with such angst, like, these refs are going to call. Y'all got to give him the ball.
Yeah.
You got to give him the ball.
Mark will call it. Absolutely. The Clippers have parted ways with Chris Paul, and what is a bizarre story. Just out of Chris Paul announces he's going to retire after this season. We just saw the Clippers the other night, and they're a mess. They're an absolute mess. And it was, Chris Paul's been a guy throughout his career that I've loved to hate. I think all Grizzlies fans love to hate Chris Paul, but certainly respect the career that he's had.
Exactly.
He's an incredible player. He looks like a shell of himself. It just looks like a dude wearing a Paul jersey out on the floor.
I'm going to be honest, I watching him, it almost reminded me of how I looked playing with the Utah Jazz my last year. Like when you know that's it, and you're not in a prominent role of helping your team win, it takes you to another place mentally.
And when you step on the floor, you can't be yourself because mentally you're gone. Mm-hmm. You've already moved on to what's the next thing in life. And I think with the announcement of the retirement, it was just weird. Even when he announced like, this is my last year. It wasn't before the season he said it's going to be my last year.
Right.
This was like during the season.
Like just figured out.
It just hit me like it's over. And then all of a sudden we do a tribute to him during our game. We're doing a tribute on the Jumbotron during our game. And I'm like, well, where's he going? I got the whole season. Like, why would the whole team
right.
be doing a tribute video for a player this early in the like? Why are you doing it now? None of it made any sense. And then we watched the game, and I'm like, oh, this is like Houston, bro. Did y'all not see in Houston with him and James Harden it didn't work? It doesn't work unless they're going to sub for one another.
Right.
And they didn't sub for one another. They subbed and played together. And it's like neither one of them play off of the ball. Neither one. So it wasn't like it was a bad fit to go to the team. It just how he was going to be used wasn't going to be beneficial for him in any way. And so, but to send him home at the beginning of a road trip, on the day of a game in the middle of the night, I can't wait to hear what really happened and why it happened at this time. Because that's for someone to be in the game as long as he's been in the game, and for it to end with that team, and the Clippers and with the team that he has records for and has done such great things with Lob City. For it to end in that fashion, there has to be a bigger story.
Is he valuable to someone?
No, I just told you, unless this ordeal reinvigorates him in some way,
right.
I just believe that's it.
Yeah.
I just and not for anything other than he's just been doing this for a long time. I mean, I don't know if I want to keep traveling. The whole point of going to the Clippers is so he could be at home with his family.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. I'm at home now. This is where I'm going to finish. And we're good. Now, do I want to go find another place to live just for a half? I think that this is, unfortunately.
And I assume if he were to go somewhere, it would definitely have to be a place where he has a chance to win a title.
The only place you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to do anything else other than you just don't want your career to end as I was waived by the Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only other thing that you would throw in there is that. But I have nothing but love and respect for Chris Paul. Even when we played against him, I could never get into how much we hated him just because I respect what he does in the game, what he did at the position.
My two favorite Chris Paul moments when Tony Allen kicked him in the face. Mm-hmm. And the other one is when Chris Paul looked at Mark Iavaroni and said, "I'm getting you fired tonight." I was like, damn, man.
And I think I also liked him because as a smaller point guard, same mentality was that there was no back down. I don't give a damn how big you are. I don't care what your measurables are. I'm going to fight you every night. I'm going to take a foul if I need to take a foul. I'm going to do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
I love that mentality. That's the same way I played. You got to as a small guard.
Yeah. Zion Williamson is injured again. The team announced he's dealing with a grade 2 right hip abductor strain. He's going to be out a few weeks at least. Is this it?
That's it.
Has he played his last game with the Pelicans?
If I'm in the Pelicans front office, it's time to start. It's time. I mean, if you think you got some young guys that you can build around, you find some other vets that can also help these young guys with Queen and Fears. And listen, I still like the number 25, the 3-point shooter and the dunker. Murphy. I like what he does. I like Herb. Like they got pieces that are on the team. I think you're just being pigeonholed by the lure of what could be. Eventually, you got to get off the what could be. We got to be what is, and the what is you are playing less games than you are being a member of this team. Yeah. Like you're just not. We're not getting any games out of you, and so I think at this point, it's just time to explore what's next.
All right, who said this quote? All right, who said it? We play this every week on The Odds Couple, the podcast I do on Grind City Media. Check it out Mondays and Thursdays at 2:00.
Shameless plug.
It's called Who Said It. So I'm going to read a quote.
Okay.
You're going to tell me who said it. This is on LeBron James. Speaking about LeBron James. He likes people that bow down. I don't bow down.
Dylan Brooks.
That either entices him or aggravates him. You're right.
Dylan Brooks.
Did you see him do the
I
shrug?
love it. He dunked, yeah, then came down.
Yeah.
I mean, you know my love for them. It is. I have loved him from day one. I loved him when he left. I love when we see him play. The way that he approaches the game, I would love to be his teammate. Is the reason why I absolutely love him. And the thing about him is he doesn't care who it is.
No.
And I don't care what happened during that playoff series with the Lakers. I had his back to the end.
He called him old. He called LeBron old.
Man, hey, listen. That's how you felt at that point in time, bro. We with you.
All right. Here are CBS Sports did their grades for the Western Conference at the quarter pole.
All right, quarter pole.
Dallas Mavericks a D.
You cannot play basketball in the NBA with your best player not playing. Look at this. It puts you in a bind.
Yeah. Denver Nuggets an A.
Yep.
Golden State Warriors a C minus. At 11 and 10.
I think that they are just going to try to hold on until the playoffs. I still think they don't know what to do with the Kuminga thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think eventually the move forward is if from what we see just watching, supremely talented. Like, you just got to figure out, like, how do y'all start to move forward? Because they got to start to move forward. Like, these dudes, Steph Curry and Draymond Green, they should get old.
Yeah.
Like, where y'all going from here?
Yeah.
So they just have to figure out, and they're just a small basketball team. That's the other thing. They're an undersized team trying to use their veteran, their mind, and the ability to be smarter than other people, trying to use that as an asset.
Yeah. Houston Rockets an A.
Yep.
The Clippers an F minus. Wow.
As low as you can, whatever is the lowest of low.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lakers a B plus.
The Lakers are playing good. Lakers are a little bit of a scary team.
Yeah.
I know people don't like to say that, don't like to hear it much, but they could be a scary team.
Yeah, people are starting to talk about LeBron and Father Time now.
But that's why they got Luka. Like that's the whole reason why they made the deal. Like that's the same. They knew Father Time was coming. So what do? I'm gonna go get the goddamn next biggest star in the dang game. So you Father Time your way, and here he comes.
Yeah. Grizzlies a C minus.
Again, it all goes back to what was your expectation at the beginning, and we knew from the beginning of the year what our injuries were going to be. Mm-hmm. Like you knew what those were going to be. And so how do you see? If you would have said C, okay. Because it's the whole season. You still got it. You can't just forget the start.
Yeah.
But yes, it's been better as of late. So if you would have said C, I would say okay, but trending in the right direction.
Yeah. Timberwolves a B minus. They're 12 and 8.
They're a super talented team that just doesn't play smart all the time.
Yeah. The Pelicans an F.
Yeah, their franchise is in trouble.
Thunder A plus.
The Thunder are figure 21-1, bro. Like, and the thing is, they go out there and they beat people, whoever's playing. They embody fun, joy. The joy of playing hard. Like that's what they have mastered.
Yeah.
The joy of playing hard. Because from the best player to what they would consider to be the 15th, 16th, they all do the same thing. And when the head guy, who is arguably could be an MVP again, is doing it, then that means everybody else falls in line.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Daigneault he got a great job. When you can get that guy to buy in that way, and then everybody else falls in place and everybody enjoys and loves, yeah, you got something special. They had something really special. That's why they went forever. Remember they said, we're not gonna spend money, Well, they sat around and said, well, no, hold up, yo. We got something that's different.
Yeah.
We're gonna pay for this year. And it's paying off.
Yeah. Portland a B plus.
Portland is playing good. We're about to see Portland in here a couple of nights.
Yeah.
They're playing. Splitter's doing a good job.
Phoenix a B plus.
Phoenix, man, how that turnaround. They were trash before we played them. You thinking like another lost season and poof.
Yeah.
Why? That man's playing. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Y'all can say what you want. He was not playing in the beginning. He was hurt. Remember, he was hurt. Did not play. We got done. We played him. He came back.
Poof. Here, Dylan Brooks. He's amazing.
I freaking love it.
Sacramento Kings F.
The Kings are
Spurs A minus.
Spurs gonna be good.
And the Jazz a B.
Jazz will be good. That's what I'm saying. I guess you start saying that the amount of teams, and then maybe some people are like, "You're so hard on the grade. Why'd you think they were that low? Why you don't believe in the teams?" Like, whoa. Just because I don't look at it from just the fan point, I'm a fan of the team. I tell you, I've been since day one. I'm a fan of this organization. Mm-hmm. But I also have a basketball mind. And so with my basketball mind, I'm going to tell you basketball things. I put my feelings over here, and I tell everybody I am a fan of this organization and will love it to the day that I die. But I also can talk basketball with where the team and the realistic point of where we are and what we're doing. So the amount of teams you just named is the reason why I felt like this team was going to be a 6, maybe 6 to 10, 6 to 8, 6 to 9 basketball team for this season.
Yeah, and coming up for the Grizzlies this week, we got the Clippers again.
Yep.
Portland and Utah at home. 3 home games.
3 home games. 3 games that you compete well. You should give yourself a chance to win 3 home games.
Yeah.
Now it'd be a nice. Listen, that turned around to make you a 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
You just want to. Can they just get back and hover around the 500 number? Hover around 500 until we figure out what's happening with John Morant, and can he come back? The other guys, I stopped. Like, we know the Scottie Pippen thing is so far down the road. Ty Jerome, we found out, went from 4 weeks and they had the extra 6 weeks, so that's down the road. Like, the biggest one now to say what can be a defining change is whenever we get this report on John Morant.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the next day or two. All right, toasts. First of all, shout out Kenny's here.
Kenny, man,
It's cold.
listen,
Kenny's
man.
cold.
Kenny always shows up, and give me a goddamn thing. Kenny with the setup today, he didn't even let me help him set up. So shout out to Kenny, man.
Shout out.
Y'all, man. Glad y'all are back.
Also, a toast to Ryan Silverfield, huh? I mean, holy crap! How'd that happen?
How do you lose 4 games and go to the SEC?
But I mean, it's just the thing was, this is my only thing, and I'm not gonna act like I follow this to a T. Mm-hmm. But the only thing I've noticed, every time Memphis football gets to that point where it's like, all right, this is the game. Win this game, and this solidifies you even more. Just don't never win that game.
No.
And then when they didn't win the first one, I mean, it was like the first game where we were already in the rankings, and this was like we just moved into the 20s, and it was played the game. It should have won. They were favored by like 20 or 20, and then they lost.
Yeah.
And it was like from that point on, you
UAB.
could just see it. So I mean, I hate that happened.
But good for him. That's the 3rd straight Tigers coach that's gone to a Power 4 job
From here.
from Memphis. Norvell and Fuente and now Ryan Silverfield going to Arkansas.
Shout out Memphis football for being able to move people forward.
That's right. That's right.
Now we just got to move the program forward.
Now just go hire Dan Mullen. That'd make me happy. That's who I want.
Really?
Yeah.
Dan Mullen.
Shout out Dan Lawrence.
Shout out Dan
I
Mullen.
mean, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, he's at UNLV right now, so we could bring him in. We saw all the private jets that were at the airport yesterday. I thought
Yeah.
those were all coaching candidates.
Yeah, I mean, we have never. But then I said, you think the coaches that are coming for this job are all flying on jets? Those are some big names.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. And I don't know if they flew in all of them in at the same time. That'd have been weird. But, oh well.
There were a lot of jets.
Yeah.
Something's going on in town.
Yeah, something is going on.
Did a job fair.
All right, well, that'll do it for us this week. Oh, you got a toast?
Yeah, I got a toast.
Okay.
I want to toast this Grizzlies team on that
Okay.
road trip. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
good trip.
Things were not looking good at all for this team. It was like it was going in the wrong direction.
As Lionel Hollins once told me, winning's fun, but nothing beats winning on the road.
And that was exactly how it felt. So hopefully this propels them forward.
Let's go, Grizz. All right.
All right.
That'll do it for us here this week. A cold week here on the night court. You
Feels
can
good
follow-
out here, man.
No, it doesn't. I can't wait to get in my car. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something important. If you can follow us on the Twitter, at the Fish Nation, at Brevin Knight 22. The show is at Night Court 22. So if you want to follow us, you can do that.
Where can they watch us?
They can watch us on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Yep.
And you can listen wherever you catch your podcasts as well. So that's going to do it. For Brevin, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us this week here on Night Court. We'll do it again next week. Talk to you then. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Night Court podcast. If you enjoyed Rob and Brevin, hit that like button, subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube channel, and enjoy the content. We will see you back here next time.